आप सभी को नमो बुद्धाय। और मैं आप सबसे पहले आप सभी को इस गणतंत्र दिवस का ढेर सारे बधाई देना चाहता हूं। और मैं इस विशेष कार्यक्रम में पहुंचे पधारे हमारे बड़े भंते जी और इस मंदिर के बड़े भंते जी और विश्व बौद्ध लोग बौद्ध समागम के और विश्व सभापति हमारे डॉक्टर माइटी पे विमल सार भंते जी और हमारे आदरणीय महामहिम श्री गोपाल बागले जी और हमारे स्वामी विवेकानंद केंद्र के निर्देशक रावत विक्रम सिंह जी और अन्य उपस्थित विशेष अतिथिगण जी और हमारे पूज्य भंते जी और हमारे सभी भाइयों भंते जी लोग को इस छोटी सी विशेष कार्यक्रम में आप सभी को स्वागत करना चाहता हूं। और मैं हमारे बड़े भंते जी से मैं निवेदन करना चाहता हूँ कि यहाँ पे आएँ और हमें गणतंत्र दिवस के बारे में 2 शब्द कहें, हमारे बड़े बंधु जी। देन अपे आधा सिलो दिनाटमा जन अब इंडिया जन रहे फिल्म गेना सुपतनो एवागे में विशेष दिने पीले बंद में पेदली गिरी में संधा अपे लोगो हाथ रोड आराधना करना।
नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा संबुद्धस्स। Most Venerable Maha Sangha, our dear religious dignitaries from religious communities from different areas, it's very happy to see once again you all are here. Your Excellency, the High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, and also the Director of the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Dr. Revat Vikram Singh, is the part of our Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena now, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very important day for each and every one of us. 26 January 2022, if you would have been in New Delhi, you could see a massive parade. A parade of Southeast Asia or parade of Asia. That's a proud of Asia, I must say. That parade is depicting, exhibiting a great culture of India. Not only that, a great power of India as well. Your Excellency, for your kind information, some years ago, maybe in 1990, I participated in that parade as a Buddhist monk. When I was studying in Benares Hindu University, a group of monks, we were invited to participate in that parade with the Dhammika Stupa. That we represented the Uttar Pradesh tableau, and we won the first prize, and we received the gift from and then Prime Minister Mr. V.P. Singh. And then President Mr. Venkateshwaran was at that time. We had a good time, we still remember it. And we were eager to receive you at the our Parama Dhamma Chethiya Pirivena for a long time. There are many reasons for that. 180 years old, this institution have a vital relationship between Sri Lanka and India. Not only that, with our Buddhist heritage, Buddhist culture, we have a very important relationship we maintain throughout the years. My revered passed away teacher, Most Venerable Dr. Mapalagam Vipulasara Mahathera, was the instrument behind of this relationship, and he was the General Secretary to the Mahabodhi Society of India and also to the President of the Mahabodhi Society of India. Since then that we had the very important relationship. Number of perhaps High Commissioners visited our temple and had some ceremonies over here. And today we have 14 Indian monks are studying in our temple. I am very proud to say that. The whole of monks are my disciples. And I ordained them and I brought them to Sri Lanka for the study. Mostly they are from Bodh Gaya, from Patna, from Bihar state. So I want to feel them that they have still the blood of Buddha. I want to feel them that they have blood of the Venerable Ananda, Sariputra and Mahamoggallana. They belong to that generation, that ancestors, and I want to give them right education and send back and do the needful things for the massive Indian community. Not only for that, they started the mission from the Venerable Anagarika Dharamapala and also the Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Their mission is not completed. These young monks will be able to do certain things once they return back to India. Therefore, that we need to have a greater relationship culturally, educationally, and also politically, so that both the countries will have the very good benefit in the time to come. We are very happy to receive Your Excellency at our historical temple, along with your staff, our Pirivena's principal and the teaching staff, and the venerable monks are sitting here to receive you. So my theory is the interreligious affairs. Even at the Deshbhagat University a month ago or 2 months ago, I visited there and started the International Center of Buddhism and Interfaith Studies to promote this harmony and the real dialogue. Therefore, that the senior religious leaders of this area here with very short notice. And our sister always, she has all the way from the school, just cut off the school and come over here to participate in this ceremony. Our Samaji, he is always come and sitting with us and to have a better dialogue. The president of the nearby our mosque, Mr. Ibrahim, he is here with his son. His son is the secretary of the very important organization, Ulama organization. That is one of the important organizations in Sri Lanka, not only Sri Lanka, in the entire world. He is so young to have that general secretary post. So some days ago, I had a very good dialogue with him. I invited him to come and sit with me for 1 day to talk each other. He's a very knowledgeable one. And I heard that you are going to visit the famous Sarvodaya on 31st of this month. And Dr. Vinyari Ratna is here, the son of Dr. A.T. Ari Ratna. Dr. Vinyari Ratna is the president of the Sarvodaya movement in Sri Lanka. And also that the famous Hettigoda Industries. The Sri Lanka is having a very good Ayurvedic production that goes with the Hettigoda Industries. They are here, and our Dayaka Sabha members and others. I purposely invited the one important venerable monk here. He is sitting over here. He is the most venerable Kottapala Amarakirti Mahathera. He is the president of the famous Santi Foundation in Bauddha Lokamavata. Actually, I met the Dr. Robert Vikramasinghe in his temple at the very first. Since then, we had maintained a very good relationship. And Venerable Monk is the senior Venerable Monk. I heard that he is going to invite to the 200 Tamil students from Jaffna in the 5th of February. And perhaps that Your Excellency will have another invitations to go over there. So that this is the way that how we are moving. I know that today is a very busy day for each and every one of you. And Your Excellency have a good program at your Indian house this morning. And afternoon also you are going to have a very important function over there. And the Venerable monks are also being invited to participate by the President of Sri Lanka to have a Jaya Pirita. Then we all will go over there also to do so. But this program is so vital, so important. Our relationship is so important. I always promote one important idea. If India would not have received the independence in 1947, 15th August, forget about Sri Lankan's independence. We received the independence in 4th February 1948. That is because earlier received the independence to India. That's the main reason. The British colony, they were compelled to give the freedom to Sri Lanka because India received the independence in 1947. Therefore, we always debt to India for the two reasons. One about the Buddha. Buddha is from India, and other one is about our independence. Not only that, in these days that we are receiving the news from every corner. Government of India is supporting to Sri Lanka in many fields. For our education, for our economical crisis, for our health issues, and many other areas. We kept remember all these things. We have enough gratitude to Government of India for supporting to Sri Lankan government and Sri Lankan people. We knew that Your Excellency is visiting many times New Delhi to help to Sri Lankan government, and not only the Sri Lankan government, to the Sri Lankan community in many ways. We want to carry on this noble mission and noble duties for the future generation. So we wish that the happy Republic Day for each and every one of you, each and every member of the Indian House, each and every member of the Indian community, Indians in India, with including the government of India. So we highly regarded this. Your visit to our temple will be a very important place that I propose to have a Indo-Sri Lanka Cultural Center in the time to come in Sri Lanka. So I will able to offer a piece of land that you can establish that Indo-Sri Lanka Cultural Center here. That will be a landmark thing in Sri Lanka for the generations to come. I won't take much time. हम हिंदी से भी एक दो वचन नहीं बताएंगे तो ठीक नहीं होगा. आप महामहिम जी हम लोग का मंदिर में आ गया है, हम लोग को बहुत खुशी है. और इसके साथ साथ ये भारतीय भिक्षुगण, छोटा भिक्षुगण, ये एक दिन वापस जाएंगे. जाकर वो डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर ने वो क्या बताए थे दुनिया को, भगवान बुद्धा ने क्या बताए थे दुनिया को, ये सब वापस भारतीय समाज को वापस करेंगे. उसी दो शब्द के साथ मेरा स्वागत भाषण इधर से समाप्त करेंगे. आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
और बड़े बंदी जी को धन्यवाद देते हुए अब मैं भारत के उच्चायुक्त महामहिम श्री गोपाल बागले जी से निवेदन करता हूं कि हमसे विचार साझा करें.
Because I don't know Singali language, so I will speak a little bit in English and a little bit in Hindi. क्योंकि मुझे सिंघली भाषा नहीं आती है, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा अंग्रेज़ी में और थोड़ा हिंदी में बोलूँगा. Most Venerable Mahasangha, Most Venerable Dr. Vimal Sarath Hero, the Chief Incumbent and Director of this temple, Most Venerable Amar Kirti Mahathera, the religious leaders from various communities, my colleague Revant ji, distinguished guests, among them Dr. Arya Ratne and others. Ayubovan, Namaskar, Vanakkam, and good afternoon. Today is a very special day for India because it's a Republic Day of India, and as the Most Venerable Mahathero mentioned, the Indian Constitution came into force on this day. The Constitution behind which Baba Saheb Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was the moving spirit. He gave to independent India the political philosophy by which the young independent India would live. बाबा साहब ने जो संविधान बनाया भारत के लिए, वो उसने भारत को एक दस्तावेज दिया जो जिसमें सिर्फ कानून नहीं है, जिसमें सिर्फ संविधान नहीं है, बल्कि जिसमें भारत के राजनीतिक जीवन के जीने की पद्धति है कि भारत का गणतंत्र में क्या होगा. What is the most important thing in India's Constitution in the Republic of India? The most important thing in India's Constitution, it's the largest written Constitution, but it's preamble, the first part of the Constitution, the preamble, that is what, like our head contains the brain, the eyes, all the senses go into the brain, mouth, what we speak, what we think. भारत के संविधान में का जो प्रस्तावना है, जो पहले कुछ पैराग्राफ हैं, वो हमारे शरीर के सिर की तरह है. जैसे हम दिमाग से सोचते हैं, बोलते हैं, देखते हैं, समझते हैं, वो सब हमारे मस्तिष्क में जाता है, सिर में जाता है. तो वो प्रस्तावना भारत के संविधान की वो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण है. What is there in the preamble? In the preamble there is commitment that India will ensure social, economic and political justice, सामाजिक, राजनीतिक और आर्थिक न्याय, equality of opportunity, अवसर की समानता, of equality of faith, धर्म की समानता, equality of worship, आराधना की, पूजा के अवसर की समानता, and fraternity, बंधुत्व, भाईचारा among all citizens of India. ये बाबा साहब की देन है भारत के संविधान को. लेकिन अगर उसके भी पीछे जाएं तो ये सिद्धांत अहिंसा, करुणा और मैत्ता के सिद्धांत हैं. These principles are the principles of ahimsa, of karuna, of metta, compassionate love, care for all our fellow beings. And these are the principles, these are the main principles of Buddhism in the message of Buddha. भगवान बुद्ध, हम भगवान कहते हैं भारत में बुद्ध को. बुद्ध के संदेश के ये मुख्य तत्व हैं, करुणा, मैत्ता और अहिंसा. And most venerable, if you permit me to say, I would say that these principles are not only the main principles of the Constitution of what India in the Republic is trying to do for its people, but also of our foreign policy, of our neighborhood first foreign policy. भारत का जो विदेश नीति है, neighborhood first, वो इसी सिद्धांत पर आधारित है. It is our foreign policy of neighborhood first is based on these principles only. Non-use of force, ahimsa, but ahimsa not only in action but in thought also. Metta and karuna. You mentioned, most venerable, very generously that India is always in support of Sri Lanka because this is how we are. When I say we, most venerable, I don't mean India. All of us in the region. This is how we have been taught to live up. Irrespective of the religion we follow, irrespective of the God we worship or don't worship, irrespective of the prayers we do in the morning or evening or any other time of the day, this is our culture, this is our civilization, this is our heritage. हमारी ये विरासत है कि हम इसी तरीके से रहते हैं कि एक दूसरे का ख्याल रखें, एक दूसरे के साथ रहें. हमको जीने का कोई और दूसरा तरीका पता नहीं है. We don't know any other way. This is how we are. And therefore I feel especially privileged that I am today here in Paramdham Chethiya Pirivena, which is not only the oldest Pirivena of its type in Sri Lanka, 180 years old, but also which is a very modern, very contemporary institution because it is preparing young venerables, young members of the Maha Sangha to take the message of Buddha to the people of this country, to the people of this region, and to the wider world. The message of Buddha, the world needs the message of Buddha in every corner. And when I say the message of Buddha, I refer again to those three important principles of ahimsa, karuna and metta. And as I said, our countries are plural. We have many communities, we have many cultures, we have many religions, we have many types of food. In India, in fact, they say you travel few kilometers and the taste of water changes. You travel a further few kilometers and the language or the dialect changes. Sri Lanka is also a plural and diverse country. I am very grateful to you, Most Venerable, for inviting distinguished religious leaders from different communities. Some of them I have met. I have had a very great, interesting dialogue. You mentioned about the Honorable General Secretary of the Ulema. When I met him, his president was in India. And today when his president was at India House for our Republic Day function, I was thinking of you, and here I am again looking at you and very grateful to be in your presence. Similarly, other religious leaders, you have created a microcosm, Most Venerable, here of the community, of the civilization that we are. So I am very grateful to you. I am also very grateful to the Maha Sangha, and of course, first and foremost to the Most Venerable, for blessing me, for conferring on me the blessings of Buddha, conferring on my country and on the relationship between India and Sri Lanka the blessings of Buddha, of Dhamma and of Sangha. My grateful regards to you, Most Venerable, for that. This is a very important year that we have just started, the year 2022. इसके साल पहले कोरोना की वजह से बहुत चुनौतियां रही हैं. But India and Sri Lanka are committed that as friends, as close neighbors, we will work together and we will overcome these challenges through cooperation. What we are trying to do today, we are only trying to achieve the vision of our leaders. And I can certainly speak for Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, for whom Buddhism is not only has a very special place in his heart, but Sri Lanka has a very special place in his heart. And therefore, what we are trying to do today is to bring the people of the two countries together, bring the greater cooperation between the economies, and build a brighter future for both countries. I am very privileged, my colleagues are very privileged to have your blessings, your guidance, and the cooperation of Mahasangha in this endeavor. I am so grateful to you, Most Venerable, for taking under your personal tutelage the young venerables, the young monks from India. What Buddha gave to the world 2,500 years ago, you are giving back to India from here. And I am so happy that the young monks are here. They are not only going to spread the message of Buddha, but they are also going to carry back the message of love from Sri Lanka when they go back to India. You referred to the work that they will do when they go back, the work that Dr. Ambedkar had started. There is, as I said, commitment in the Indian Constitution for equality of everyone, for equality of opportunity. And in my personal view, that task, that objective can be fulfilled only by constant effort. So I am very grateful that you are inculcating in them the values which will make them very important contributors in fulfilling the ideals of Buddha. I am also very grateful to the Pirivena and its leadership for offering us to establish a small part here for promoting the strong ties between India and Sri Lanka and between the communities. जो भारत से छोटे भिक्खु यहाँ पर हैं, संघ के, महासंघ के नन्हे नन्हे पुष्प, नन्हे नन्हे फूल, जिनकी सुगंध श्रीलंका में निखरेगी, भारत में फैलेगी और दुनिया भर में फैलेगी, उनको भी मैं बड़ी श्रद्धा के साथ नमन करता हूँ. उनका धन्यवाद भी करता हूँ कि उन्होंने इतनी मधुर भाषा में हमारा स्वागत किया, सबका स्वागत किया, इस कार्यक्रम का आयोजन किया और मुझे मौका दिया कि मैं उनके साथ मिल सकूं और उन्हें धन्यवाद कर सकूं, उन्हें शुभकामनाएं दे सकूं. I just said that I am very very happy to be here, to be able to interact with the young monks from India, the young venerables from India, who will go back and will spread the flavor and the fragrance of Buddhism in India and in the world. Despite your busy schedule, most venerable, despite the evening program which you referred to, the Jaya Perita chanting today, which is very important day, you have arranged this event. This is nothing can be a bigger symbol of your love towards India and your love especially towards the High Commission and us. So my grateful regards once again to you. I will conclude by just pointing out two small coincidences. Today we celebrate 26 January, the Republic Day. Today Sri Lanka also, as we just spoke, is organizing the Pirit chanting. So this is a very happy coincidence. Sri Lanka is invoking the blessings of Buddha, of Dhamma, of Sangha on this auspicious day for India. So these blessings are not only for Sri Lanka, these blessings, these prayers are for not only India, these blessings and prayers are for the entire humanity, in fact for all beings. So once again, this is a very happy coincidence, points out to the similarity between the two countries. And finally, Bharat अपने स्वतंत्रता के 75 साल मना रहा है. India is celebrating 75 years of its independence, and Sri Lanka will have its Independence Day on 4th February. It will complete 74 years, and 75th year of Sri Lanka's independence will begin. भारत और श्रीलंका दोनों देश मिलकर के अपनी अपनी स्वतंत्रता के 75 साल साथ साथ मनाएंगे. Both countries will celebrate their 75 years of independence together, and we are planning some very important events to celebrate those events. I am absolutely sure that work with Maha Sangha will be an important part of those commemorations that our governments will try to do together. So once again, my grateful regards, my thanks to all of you for making it a very special day for us, for making it possible for us to come here and seek the blessings of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, seek the blessings and good wishes of all communities, of all religions, and of course give us the opportunity to be here with all of you to celebrate. आप सबका बहुत धन्यवाद कि आपने हमें ऐसा एक अवसर दिया, ऐसा एक मौका दिया कि हम आकर के आपके सानिध्य में भारत के 73वें गणतंत्र दिवस को मना सकें और आप सबकी शुभकामनाओं और आप सबके आशीर्वाद के भागीदार बन सकें. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. स्तुति नाद्री.
पूजनीय बड़े भंते जी और सभी आए अतिथिगण, आप सभी को इस 26 जनवरी गणतंत्र दिवस का सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. और आज बहुत ही ख़ास दिन है क्योंकि आज की ही दिन 1950 में संविधान का लागू हुआ था. और आप सभी को फिर से धन्यवाद. और मेरा नाम बुद्धगया धमिंद है. मैं बिहार से हूँ और बोधगया में रहता हूँ, एक गांव में. मेरा उम्र है 17 साल और मैं श्रीलंका आया हुआ 4 साल हो गया है और अभी मैं 4 क्लास में पढ़ता हूँ. मगे नाम बुद्धगयावे धमिंद हिमी मगे वायसे दा हाते मम हात्रवस्रे इगेन गाना लंका वे एविला मगे अवरुदु हात्र एविरो